From hidden coves and rum-soaked hideaways across the seven seas, welcome to Three Grog Night, your map to the myths, flavors, and lost treasures of Tiki. Pour yourself a grog, settle into the shadows of the bamboo bar, and join us for tonight's adventure.
Aloha and howdy, everyone. Welcome to the 6th episode of Three Grog Night. We're mixing Tiki pop history, rum-fueled tales, and tropical vibes, one grog at a time. I'm Mike Gordon, and I'm joined as always by my fellow drinking companions, Jen and Jonathan.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hey, Mike.
We made it 6 episodes. Woohoo!
Hey. 6 times the charm.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll keep running that play till we get it right. But very excited on this episode. We are honored to be joined by artist Jeff Granito. Howdy, Jeff.
Hello. Aloha.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
How are
Thanks
you?
Very good, thank you.
So, so this is Three Grog Night. We've each got a mug that we're going to start the show with and show your mug off. So, as usual, we'll start with you, Jen.
All right. So today, I've got one of my favorite creepy ones. This is the Jiangshi, which is the vampire mug from Wusong Road. This is the blue and gray edition that they released back in 2023 by Motu Mikey. It was produced by Dynasty Wholesale. Obviously, they paid the extra fee to not have the DW put on the bottom. As soon as I saw them post a photo on their Instagram, I had to have it. I love creepy mugs. I love vampires. Also, I just really like how they did the cap here. Trying to hold it so it doesn't clank, but it's got the straw hole, and that's my mug. They've released other colorways, but this is the first edition. And I have not had the pleasure to go to Boston area or in Cambridge and visit Wusong in person. And I rarely buy mugs from a bar I haven't been to, but yeah, I had to have that one. How about you, Jonathan?
Well, so before that, I have to say I love that mug. I think that's possibly the best possible way they could have updated like a Fu Manchu mug.
That's what I was thinking.
More culturally appropriate and relevant. And Wusong Road, by the way, is incredible because they've also got amazing food as well.
Yeah.
An awesome build and cocktail program. I'm not too. I had to pander a little bit, Jeff.
Totally. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
This is my favorite of your mugs, of which I have and appreciate many. But
awesome. Thank you.
You know, we got our little pineapple bird here. And actually, perhaps we'll get to it a little bit later, but I love that this one has a gloss glaze, but I noticed that you've changed that sort of your spec for some of your newer mugs, and maybe we'll talk about that a little bit.
We'll get into that after.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, I looked I couldn't believe that I didn't have a Granito mug in my collection, but I am wearing a shirt.
I saw that. I appreciate that.
I'm making me look bad now because I was like, no, don't pull out Granito stuff. That looks like you're kissing ass.
I also resisted the urge because Jeff, I'd like to thank you for being one of the people that I can regularly buy comfortable shirts from.
Oh, yes. Awesome! Yeah,
absolutely.
That's good.
I love this shirt. Not only the design of it and everything, but it is comfortable. And I wear it to a lot of events. And I will tell you, Jeff, there's not any time that I wear it where somebody doesn't ask me where I got it.
That's nice.
So that is that's awesome. But I tried to stay on theme with that sort of haunted mansion type thing. And my mug is the Hitchhiking Ghost mug that was released by. Actually, it's an official Disney mug from Trader Sam's. This is the Grog Grotto version of the first edition. I have a first edition from Disneyland from the California one, but that's back there, and it's cool. But I got it through the secondary market, so this one is more special to me because not that I got to go there in person, but a friend of mine got it for me, and unfortunately, he's no longer with us. And so the fact that he went through, because these mugs were not easy to get.
Nope.
These mugs were not easy to get. They went pretty fast. I don't know if Trader Sam's still does a sort of Halloween themed mug anymore, because that used to be a huge deal with them.
They do.
And I've kind of lost track of them after a while because I was getting a few of them and then I just couldn't keep up with it. Because this one has about 4 glazes, I think, at this point. The first
I think
one,
last year was the Madame Leota
it might have been
with 2 different glazes, one for each location.
I know that Geeky Tiki is putting out a ton of Haunted Mansion type mugs.
There was an old hag mug too, wasn't there? A Snow White one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there.
I think.
So,
was the Ursula's the Ursula?
There was an
bowl? That
Ursula
might have been for
bowl, I
Halloween
think.
too.
So, but my understanding was that this was designed by Tim Wallweber and manufactured by Tiki Farm, and yeah, they paid extra not to have the Tiki Farm on the bottom of it either. But this is not only is it special to me for the reasons that I mentioned, but also I find the blue glaze like just sort of, you know, it fits with that sort of theme. It has that sort of spiritual, you know, I can't think of the name of what I'm looking for, that atmosphere to it.
It's like ghostly.
Yeah. Euphoria? Is euphoria? Is that the right word I'm looking for? But something like that.
It's
anyway,
not the word that I know, but
so, but not to say that, you know, if I had a Granito mug, I would have brought it out, because yes, I'm that.
Well, there's time. You know, I'll see you in Atlanta. So.
And there are plenty that I'm loving. So so we will fix that one day. But Jeff, I understand you have a mug to show us.
I do. So I'm shameless. This is a. So we were talking earlier. I'm going to be out in Dragon Con this year, and so this is, as far as I know, me premiering or debuting the mug that I designed for Dragon Con.
Oh, nice. This is the Dragon Con mug. Nice.
And it's a rum hoarding dragon, 3-headed dragon or dragons, and so here you go.
Wow. That is cool.
Love it.
That is going to be a great addition.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So maybe this is an opportunity for you to get one soon.
Yes, I will definitely get that one. Oh yeah, I am definitely getting that one.
Actually, I was talking to Jamie Reeves, who's the comic and pop art director, and he said that that mug will be on sale in the pop art show this year,
nice.
As well as a few remaining from last year as well. So you will be able to get that, and then bring it right to Jeff to get him to sign it and throw more money at him.
Yeah, right. Totally.
Is that in addition to the regular merch stores, or just?
He was not clear on that point.
Oh, okay.
I imagine it'll be in addition to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me too. But we'll see. We'll keep everybody posted on that. If not on this show, on the Dragon Con Report, which Jen and I also host. So.
Yeah. Oh, you do? Oh, that's good. Yeah. We can just rerun this.
So Jeff, now that it's so cool that you're here. I'm kind of curious to start off at the beginning. What's your sort of Tiki?
What's your villain origin story?
Yeah. What is it?
I grew up in going to Maui about 2 or 3 months a year. So when I wasn't in school, so I just kind of grew up with Hawaii and stuff, and I didn't really think much about it. And I went on with my normal career, and I did a lot of licensing, a lot of stuff for Disney and Disneyland. And when they, I never did any like selling my own art. I've always been like a contractor. But when they opened a gallery downtown in downtown Disney, and they had a artist in residence space where you could, be there and do your art and sell your own art. That was kind of part of the deal, is you work on Disney pieces while you're there, like a demonstration kind of a thing, which I was fine with, but I never filled a space with my art. And so I have always been told what to do. So when it came down to like, what am I going to do, which is the hardest part for me of like trying to come up with my own thing, that's what I came out with. So I just came up with like tropical Hawaiian stuff. And I didn't know there was I didn't know there was any such thing as tiki. I mean, I knew there was tikis, but I didn't know there was like a tiki culture. I didn't know there was tiki. I guess I probably knew there was tiki bars, but I'd never been in one. Anyway, somebody came in. Actually, once somebody came in and said, "Oh, are you gonna?" This was in April. Are you gonna be at Tiki Oasis? And I'm like, no. And then somebody else would come in and say, "Are you gonna be at Tiki Oasis?" And then I started asking questions, and it turns out there was like a Tiki marketplace going on, and there was Tiki Oasis and such and such. And then I dipped my toe in it, and like I said, I'd never sold anything on my own, so I had made this stuff for the Disney thing, and so I was like, I might as well try and sell it at I already have it, you know. I didn't have a website, I didn't have anything, so I might as well go and try and sell it at one of these Tiki things. And that's where it took off. I don't know. I think like 2 years later, I was at Oasis, and kind of where it started. That was like in 2016. Was like, I think it was 2016 was my first like Wonderground thing where I was selling the art, and then during, you know, I was doing it on weekends, and my kids were one of my daughter was still at home, and she was helping me like frame stuff and put stuff in bags and stuff, and my wife was always helping me. And when she went away to school, my wife had more time, and she was really helping me. And then when COVID hit, all my business was gone, and so I just leaned heavily into selling my own stuff. So it was kind of like a little fun side thing. And then I was like, well, since everything's gone to, you know,
You can cuss.
yeah,
You feel like it.
everything's gone awry. Everything went awry. So I leaned into it. So that's kind of where I'm at now. And luckily, not luckily, I got to get rid of some of the clients I didn't really want to work with, but I still get to work with clients, and I still get to do my own stuff. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds now.
Well, and you've obviously made an impact on the Tiki scene and have been embraced wholeheartedly.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, I love it. Right from when I went to my first show, I'm like, oh my gosh, I came home. I'm like, you have no idea. Like, there's hula dancers, and there's tropical music, and there's like drinks. And I was like overwhelmed how cool it was. So it's kind of nice because that's, you know, especially starting off, like, you know, you're not selling anything and you're going, but like, I just loved being in that space. So it was real easy to kind of like dive into it, you know. And every time you go somewhere, everybody's so nice. It's like kind of crazy. It's sad that I missed out on it for so long, but you know, here we are.
Yeah, I think the first piece that maybe this wasn't the first, but I think the one I became aware of you was the hula ghoul sort of image that you created. And right away I was like, okay, this is my wavelength, because it's mixing supernatural, like Disney-esque with Tiki, the aesthetic, and I was hooked right from the beginning.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of fortunate that I got lucky in the fact that I had a place to like show my stuff right away, you know, because I was at Wonderground, and that was strictly from just working for Disney for, you know, 20 something years. So I was fortunate to be able to show stuff, and kind of you know, I got to officially use some Disney stuff, you know, like kind of get in that space. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Sorry, go ahead, Jen.
I was just gonna say, I could say your work has definitely reached well outside of where you're from. There's one of our local bars. I'm wearing their shirt right here, Sunnyside Lounge. Your work is all over it.
Oh, really? I wouldn't know that.
And they've I can't remember where they've flown out of Texas to events where you've been at, so they can buy new pieces from you.
Oh my gosh, don't they know the internet works?
And no, but you're one of their favorite artists, so they want
so sweet.
They want to be able to see you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's called Sunnyside Lounge. The owners are Courtney and Marcus. Yeah, you cover every single wall of this.
Oh my gosh,
tropical lounge that they've built
that's
for
awesome.
the public here. So,
and it's a little uncomfortable for me because, like, you know, it's awesome. I'm glad that they like it, but it's hard to imagine somebody would want my junk all over. But
I have they have other people's pieces too.
Good.
No, prominent. But even like in my home tiki bar, when you first started on your website releasing, you were releasing pieces, and you offered to customize them for people.
Oh yeah.
So I got, you did for Valentine's one year, it's Haunted Mansion inspired of the graveyard. So I got one for me and my husband because we got married during COVID, and that's when I think that's actually when you were releasing it, was during COVID.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And we opted for the frame.
Awesome. That was the best buy.
Yeah, and we have our wedding date on it because we got married at Halloween, and that's hanging in our home bar as well. So
there you go. You could have thrown that out, you know, if you wanted to like kiss up a little bit. You could have brought that out.
It's mounted in the bar.
Okay.
I can't take it off the wall.
Okay. But you got it in, so I know it's there, which is good.
Yeah.
And I actually think the first time I put two and two together, because I'd seen several of your pieces that were horror themed, but not sort of realized they were you, was until you did an interview as part of 13 Nights of Tiki Frights.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you want to go see a younger version of Jeff, that's archived on the internet somewhere, because nothing ever.
Are you saying I'm old now?
No.
Just, I mean, gray and bald is young.
Yeah. Just younger then, my friend. Just younger then.
I can relate.
You got the hat on to cover it up. Good for you.
Yep.
Just but yeah, we've often talked about you know, when we do when it's interesting to me because tiki pop art intersects with so many things, and of course Disney is a strong influence, I think, on lowbrow art in particular, but also tiki pop art. It sort of just feels like it's a natural mix, and I'm sure you're finding that as well because you've dabbled with it so much, coming from a Disney background.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think that's just, I've been working in licensing in general for so long that it's kind of second nature to work with characters and stuff. And, I think the key, even when you're working for like Disney or somebody, is to like make the characters different and exciting. So it's fun to be able to like mix it up with something new and make it fresh, because Mickey Mouse has got to, not for Disney, but I mean, it's fun to like add something to it, just because it's a long time of being the same.
Yeah. So would you say that being in licensing for so long has affected how you create your personal works of art?
For sure. Absolutely. For sure. I mean, the key to licensing art is making it fresh. So that's kind of what you do. And, I think I'm more on like a commercial cycle in terms of like, I try to produce stuff all day, every day. And so it's kind of, I do the same thing. I'm not leisurely. It's kind of like just work all the time. And so I'm kind of just doing the same thing I would be doing for clients, but just for myself. Or for clients too. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, I feel like I'm just doing my normal work, but I just have less people critiquing it.
Yeah. Speaking of critiques, what since you've done so much licensing work, what would be one of the strangest critique notes or client feedback that you've received?
Gosh, that's a deep cut there. shoot. I would imagine it would happened earlier.
Like maybe something that baffled you. You're like, really?
You know what? The only thing that comes to mind, and this is kind of, it's not really that interesting. So I apologize, but it's what came to mind.
Sure.
I remember I did Batman for a long time. I did style guides for Batman for several years. And the thing that got me the most is that purple is a boy color. That I use purple so much. And before that, I didn't think purple was a boy color, but now it is. But it turns out it is. So I know that's a dumb answer, but that's what came to mind. And I working on Supergirl was always kind of strange to me because I didn't understand. That was a hard one to figure out, Supergirl, because trying to be girly and superhero at the hard time, was a hard time. It was a hard thing to figure out.
All right. So just because you mentioned this, because Dragon Con is what it is, if somebody was going to go looking through their comic book boxes to try and bring you something that you've worked on in the past, are there any titles or runs that they should look for?
I've never done anything with comic books.
No,
I've done this. I did DC for a long time, so I am partial to DC because I did do style guides for a long time for Superman, Batman especially, but a lot of Batman stuff, but merchandise. So if anytime from 1995 to 2005, maybe 2010, if you have a lunchbox or if you have a Tumbler, if you have something with Batman on it, the chances are that the graphics are mine.
No.
Okay, so we're going to tell Derek that because he collects pop culture lunchboxes.
Oh, really?
So I'm curious how you got into the licensing art to begin with. Did you always just want to do art for a living as a kid and everything?
Well, you know what? It was kind of one of those things where I'm 55. When I was growing up, there was not really too many people that I knew that did art. There was Charles Schultz. I knew Charles Schultz, and I knew old painters and stuff. But I didn't have any mentors or anybody to look up to do was doing what I thought I wanted to do, or even what I could do. So the closest thing was advertising. So I saw on TV Bewitched, Darren was it was in advertising, and I thought, oh, that was kind of cool. Because I really don't paint, and I really don't do comic books and stuff. So I thought I could do advertising maybe. And so in college, I interned at advertising agencies trying to get my feel for it. And there was a graphic designer there who was renting his space, and I saw her doing what she was doing. And that was the first time. I didn't know what it was, but that looked like something I was interested in. And I'd never heard of graphic designers, but I liked what she was doing. And so it made me investigate what that was. And I was in college, and then I went back to school for graphic design. And then I like class, pop culture. And graphics was kind of, you could do packaging. I thought that 50s, 60s packaging was really cool. But I thought I wanted to do corporate design. So I did logos in New York for a while. And then my wife got pregnant. And so we moved back to California to be by my family, which I grew up in Orange County. So I left the corporate world behind. In Orange County, there wasn't much corporate design, but there was Disneyland and licensing. So that's kind of how I fell into it. I had no intention of doing that, but my sister was working, and so I saw what she was doing up in Burbank, and I was helping her sometimes. She worked at the Disney store, so I would help her with some projects. And then I was on Halloween trick-or-treating. The vice president, Ann Dale, vice president of Disneyland, came trick-or-treating our house, and we were kind of in a newer development. And we just, you meet the neighbors when you're trick-or-treating. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I work for Disneyland. I was like, oh, I'm actually, I just did some work for the ESPN store, which was new at the time. And she's like, oh, well, what do you do? And we don't have an art department here, but I'd love to talk. And I went in and talked to her and started freelancing. And that's kind of how it started.
Wow.
So I always loved Disneyland. To me, Disneyland wasn't Mickey Mouse. It was like the Matterhorn, and it was like the posters and stuff like that. It wasn't necessarily IP.
That's what it is to me too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I loved all that stuff. So working for Disneyland, Mickey Mouse was kind of secondary or tertiary, but like working with the attractions was like amazing. So that's kind of how it started. And then from there, people move around and bring you with them if you're lucky. And so, yeah.
During all of that time, were you developing, like, were you drawing for yourself, for fun, for developing your own style at all, or no?
No, like I will doodle. I'm not, and that was kind of my problem with the whole graphics thing. I'm not like an artist. I don't sit and I don't make stuff. And like I said, I didn't sell stuff. I like making it for other people. I like a prompt. I like solving a problem. I was never really wanting to like create something from my own experience. I know that seems kind of shallow, but that wasn't my thing.
What is your preferred medium to work in?
Digital.
Yeah. And has it always been that way, or did you start out by having to sketch stuff, or was it like cut paste? Like,
well, yeah, when I was
doing advertising,
interning at the ad agencies, I learned a computer for the first time at an ad agency, but I was cut and paste, so I was doing paste up, which I liked. I like paste up. That was kind of like, it was problem solving. You put stuff through the waxer, you do the photostat machine. I was a production person.
That's actually, I went to college for graphic design too, so I'm very familiar with spending lots of times at Kinko's having to do all the stacking and the transparency sheets and
Bestine, the stuff that was the most killer stuff in the world. So I wasn't really doing stuff for myself. Easter, I'd go crazy. I'd do like crazy Easter eggs, and Christmas I'd decorate crazy, but no, I wasn't really creating anything for myself. And to be honest, I still don't. I create stuff for everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
You like being given a direction to go in.
Yeah, and so that was challenging. That's where the whole Tiki thing came in. Like I had to come up with my own direction. And that's like, I didn't know, but that's what's in me. Like that's what I cared about. And I do remember like an art school in Hawaii, not in Hawaii, art school, like when you'd have to do something, I would draw palm trees, I would draw like a Hawaii thing. But so it makes sense that was in there, but that's what I like, And fortunately there's other people who like it, because I don't think, if nobody liked it, I probably wouldn't be doing it. I'd be doing something different.
When you started doing more of the Tiki pop art stuff, was there any other artists, whether they were Tiki pop artists or not, that were sort of inspirational to you, that you kind of looked to and said, oh, I like kind of that vibe? Because your style is unique, but it's also, there's so many different kinds of, we can say Tiki pop art, but there's a lot of different versions of that, how that goes.
To be fair, my strategy as a graphic designer and illustrator, and to be fair, I'm really an illustrator now. Graphic design has kind of gone by the wayside. I'm really an illustrator now. My strategy in my job was to make the style match what I wanted to do. Like I said, I wasn't really kind of internally motivated. I was externally motivated to like get the project right. So I tried to do different styles that would match the product that I wanted. And I think that's why I just spent a lot of time trying to do different stuff every time I'd go. And I think that's kind of helped me, obviously, with graphic design, because it's not like you hire a new illustrator for every job. Like I wanted to work with the same people over and over. So you hire me and I'll do 5 different things, or 10 or 15, as many different things as you want. But it's also like, I don't know if that's like the best strategy as an artist. And, but that's not really that's not really where it came from. So when I sit down to design something, it's generally like, how do I want it to look? And then by nature of, my limitations or my habit of doing some things, it comes out to be similar, but it's not a strategy. It's not something I like try to like have a style, but obviously it comes across that way, I guess.
Or I'd say there's definitely a retro vibe to the piece.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Like you're saying, you looked at Bewitched. I could definitely see a Bewitched, a Jetsons.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Mid-century advertising stuff.
Yeah. Mid-century advertising. Yeah,
for sure. And that's like, kind of like you growing up, and that's you watch Scooby-Doo and you watch Bewitched and Brady Bunch, and that kind of just gets in you. But I love wallpaper. The things that I cared about was like wallpaper, how it was like 15 colors, posters, how it was like 5 or 6 colors, like limited color print stuff is what I really like. Plastic from the 50s and 60s that was like a color plastic, and then limited color applications and stencils and hand painting. Like that's the kind of stuff that appeals to me.
And most of the work that I've seen from you anyway, it seems to have a more positive, fun vibe to it, as opposed to, I mean, yes, there are darker elements, but it's sort of like Disney itself, that it's like there's this sort of fun element to it that I think is true, like of everything I've seen you do.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I had a conversation with somebody way back when I started doing Wonderground, and there was an artist and we were working together, and he's like, it's so weird. Like I could do Mickey eating an ice cream and it's going to turn out dark and like, eerie. And I could do like, somebody chopping someone's head off and it's going to come off happy. That's just the way it comes out, to be perfectly honest. I do love color. I think that's part of it, but it's just the way it comes out. I believe it or not, I do try to do some stuff that's like not so happy, and I enjoy the irony of it because that's just the way it is. And I do have, I do have a pretty like ironic sense of humor. Like I like the twist of it, but it always is on the happy side. So that's just the way it happens.
Like I adore your take on The Shining with the red rum fabric and mug. But it still has a little bit of a Scooby-Doo villainness to it. So it's it's still The Shining.
Yeah, I know. I can't go full scary. I just can't do it. I do try sometimes. I do, but whatever.
I'd say even like you have the Darth Vader Mai Tai glasses, the black and white, black and red series, and I don't know why, but it reminds me of cave paintings from the Flintstones.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I totally get that. Like my petroglyphs are like, I know. I don't try to do that, and I don't think it's necessarily cute. I try to avoid being overly cute, but it is what it is. So
right, it's the same. Yeah, Darth Vader's a villain, but it's absolutely adorable on the Mai Tai glasses.
Maybe that's why. Like, I wanted to work for Harley Davidson, and I sent them stuff, and they were like, I don't think so. I never really got the jobs of those kinds of like hardcore, going deeper and darker. They never really wanted me. So,
so you mentioned Harley didn't hire you. Is there another company out there, or a character or a property that you've always wanted to tackle, but you haven't been able to do yet?
That's a really good question. I've been fortunate enough to be able to do a lot. And, nicely, for better or for worse, I get to take I do get to do my take on some stuff that's not, it's a take. It's inspired by. My favorite thing up until that point, and still like doing the 60th anniversary of Disneyland, was like the thrill of my career, because I got to do all the attractions. I got to do everything that wasn't necessarily character based. That's a good question. Um,
It could also
the
be
right,
like a company that no longer
yeah,
exists. You know, something from the past or something.
yeah. I got to do some work for Renspooner. That was like my ultimate goal. Like not ultimate goal because I didn't want to do that, but that was like to me when wore Renspooner shirts my whole life growing up. So I got to do some works for them. That was thrilling. Um, I've got to do work Coca-Cola. That was cool.
Is there still a white whale out there though? One you haven't gotten yet.
um, there's some rum companies I'd like to work with.
Ah, I could totally see a fit there.
Yeah.
We'll speak it real. Who? What are some of your favorite?
Well, he might be currently in negotiations.
No, I'm not. No,
Okay.
I'm pretty open. I think there is. I feel like if I wasn't on the spot, which that's nothing against you, but I feel like if I wasn't on the spot, I'd be able to answer that question better.
Yeah.
Because there's probably definitely stuff, but it just isn't coming to mind.
Mhm.
But I'm sure there is things that I'd like to do. For sure, of course, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I'm curious about your first experience designing a tiki mug.
Yeah. What was my first? I did the Hiwa Shiva, the one with the diamonds, because growing up,
That's a stunning
going
mug.
to Hawaii and everything, it was the Coco Joes. That was like, to me, Tiki and Coco Joes that was all I knew. That's all I
Right.
thought of. So when I was doing my first mug, I wanted it to have crystal eyes because all Tikis have crystal eyes in my mind. So, and then I was doing a show. I wanted to make it for a show I was doing, and so I wanted to do a black cat. And how I came up with that, I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know how I came up with that. I had graduated. I was an ancient history major in college, so I love Egyptian art and Greek art and stuff. So I think I kind of used that to come up with like a Greek or Egyptian kind of cat. I had done a lot of sculpting. I've done three-dimensional drawings for Disney a lot, so it wasn't like totally weird for me to do a three-dimensional drawing.
Okay.
And I don't sculpt; I just do the drawing. So it wasn't my first time doing three-dimensional stuff, but I think getting to put the crystal eyes on, honestly, was the cool part for me.
There have been several mugs ever since.
Yeah. Doing mugs is different because when I do my stuff, generally I know, let's say I'm doing a shirt. I know the design, I know the limitations, especially when you work with other clients. Like you send your art off and it comes back and you're not hands-on in the process and you're not necessarily doing checks on samples and things like that. So there's like the standard deviation of what you send out to what you're going to get, and I can kind of mitigate that and like choose colors that are less problematic. So like I'll choose a red that's going to be, for sure it's going to come out okay, even if it strays one way or the other, it's going to turn out. That was the challenge with mugs because you have the drawing and then the sculpt is out of my control, and then the glaze is really out of my control because I didn't know at the time how hard glaze was. I mean, it's magic. It's not science. Printing color is science. Glaze is magic. So you kind of, it's hard for me to like give up so much with the mug. So it's still hard for me in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of
because printing, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Finish.
no, just because printing and stuff is, what you're going to get, and you just don't with the mugs.
Yeah.
Wait, he brought up glazes. Jonathan, you mentioned at the top of the show that you had noticed a difference in where his glazes are now.
Yeah.
From the mug you have.
Some of the newer ones are more of a semi-matte. They're not full like bisque or rough, but they're
yeah. Well, it's really hard, especially for me, who I feel like when I design the colors as much as the design, like as the the shapes and stuff. And so it's very difficult for me. The color limitations in glaze are still a struggle for me. And the semi-gloss glaze that you're talking about seems to have the most range in terms of what I can achieve with color. So I've really kind of tried to get the color to be what I want. So you have to give up something, right? You have to like go for something. And the brightness of color is what I'm going for a lot of times. And so that's kind of where that comes in. The problem to me with the gloss is that, again, it's that control.
Yeah.
It's sitting on the surface, and you've got the tension breaks and all that stuff. I sound like a control freak, and I probably am. I don't.
You know, Jeff, as another mug designer that also mostly just does the design and not the sculpting and not the glazing and any of that, I struggle with all of those exact same feelings.
Yeah.
And I understand. It's partly why I noticed and partly why I asked, because on some of them, like your the monster ones that are black and red and gray, those feel very like the shirt. Like that, like
they do.
And so
but you know what? I know that was like, I had to make a lot of decisions in the process, because I do get to see these along the way, unlike a lot of clients. I made a lot of changes that weren't, you get something back and you're like, okay, I'll change this so it works. It's not necessarily what you have in mind, but it's like, you work along the way trying to get it to a place that you like. And that's kind of, that's a frustrating process. It's a really frustrating process. And I do feel like they got it, but it wasn't what I had in my mind at first. It was like, okay, we'll alter this in order for this to work and this to work, which is fun. But, like I said before, I don't really like to have fun. I'm not like a exploratory person, which is,
Wow, you don't like to have fun, and we're getting you at Dragon Con. We're going to be forcing you to have fun.
No. Like, I know there's a lot, and that's how I never really thought I was an artist. I know people are like, the most frustrating thing for me to a client, the feedback was like, go have fun with it. I'm like, I'm not doing this for fun. This isn't fun. Like, I don't have fun like doing the exploratory stuff. I like to get to the solution, that makes me a little different. I feel like I'm a little different that way. So I don't enjoy that process. I know a lot of people probably do. And, like playing in clay and like happy accidents and all that stuff. I don't like any of that. I like to know exactly what I'm going to do. I like to have, I know, I do everything with a Pantone book, and, I pick the formulas. It's all very mathematical. I don't like variations, so it's just a different, and it's interesting to say that because I kind of feel like I'm the only one who, I know everyone's frustrated by things not turning out, but I don't enjoy the process, if that makes sense. It's not that I don't enjoy it,
I often tell people that I feel like I'd much rather write a haiku or a sonnet that has a very specific structure for me to hit.
Totally.
Like, make a poem.
Totally. No. Yeah. No, it's totally true. I have a formula on the way I work. It's kind of rigid, but it works, and I do enjoy it. But it's not like, oh, let's go into this. Let's go in and see how this would look like if I was doing all pinks and purples. So let's explore if I was doing this I just don't. It's not my thing.
Yeah, it sounds like you like to get the work done.
I do.
Yeah.
That's why I've never called myself an artist. I'm a commercial designer. I'm a graphic designer who gets stuff done. I don't dilly dally. I don't like it. I like to get stuff done.
Well, I'd say you might not call yourself an artist. I'd say you're definitely a creator, though.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like to make stuff.
Yeah.
And I like it when it turns out, and I enjoy the process of it turning out, and I like when people like it, and I like when it sells. But I know this is going to go on out into the public. A lot of people say do stuff, if you just do art for yourself. I wouldn't do it for myself. I'd doodle. I'd cut a can and like add arms and legs with forks and spoons sitting next to me, which is kind of what I did. But growing up, like I'd make stuff just out of whatever was around me. I just fidgeted, but I wouldn't make something for myself. It's just not. That's why I'm not an artist. That's why I don't feel like, that's why I'm something else.
I'm going to speculate and tell me if I'm right. I bet that growing up, though, you were the guy that when somebody had a project that needed a logo or an album cover or a sticker, you're like, oh, here, yeah, let me bang it out for you. Because you've got that skill set and that you've got that energy to you.
Yeah, I painted the stools for the cheerleaders every year, like I did the signs for the school for it, and I got paid. So, it's kind of what I could do. I volunteered for my kids and I did all that stuff because I didn't want to do the bake sale. I could do my art, and that was useful. And that was my way of contributing. So I did all the logos for all the schools around here. I did all the, I do all that. And I enjoy doing that. I did the Little League logo and I did the Little League product, and I like doing that, but it's not for me. It's not really to give either. I don't know. I just like making stuff.
All right, so everybody out there, the Little Leaguers were walking around in original Granitos. It's
yeah, it's true. Every school that my kids went to, I did the logo for.
Yeah.
And product and stuff. But that's what I could do.
Yep. Veteran of a 1,000 theater bake sale or concession stands myself.
Oh yeah. Or did you really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
My daughter's
I wouldn't want to do parking duty or.
Oh no, designing the stuff.
Yeah.
Labels for 100 different popcorn buckets. I got those stuck in my portfolio somewhere.
And you know what? I used to do that. My brothers are 7 years younger than me. My mom was really big into like the PTA. So I did that for my brother's stuff too. I designed this big bunch of art for like the grad night, and I would do stuff for like the PTA and stuff. I just, like you nailed it right on the head. You're probably just like me doing all that stuff. Yeah.
Switching to a thing that is sort of hopefully having fun, because you mentioned that you'd never.
No, I do have fun. Let's not I'm not.
No, we're just gonna keep ribbing on you about it.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm kind of curious because you mentioned, prior to you getting involved with the Tiki pop art, you'd never been to a Tiki bar. I would imagine you've been to a few Tiki bars now. So I do wonder if you've got your any personal favorite Tiki bars, or specifically a favorite Tiki drink.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is boring too, because I will drink a cocktail, but like I really just like I'm drinking right now a rum and Coke.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I can make at home, and I generally just drink plain rum because all the cocktail stuff is more, I don't know, I like it for a sip. It's like, oh, I can try it and that's good. But getting through a full one, I'd rather just have the rum. So
is there any particular rum you prefer?
My go-to, like it's easy, it's like a cocktail, is plantation pineapple Stiggins on ice. Like that's just like, it's like that's just a cocktail for me, like that's sweet and it's light and easy. That's my easy one. But I'll have a good pour every once in a while, but that's my go-to. And if they don't have Myers and Diet Coke. I like Myers and my Diet Coke.
One of my husband's best friends, that is his drink.
Yeah.
He will never drink anything else for like 30 years. He's like Myers and Diet. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to be. It's not. I'm okay with different drinks, but like, I like a dark rum, and
right.
I don't like Karuba, and Myers is pretty safe, and you can get it anywhere.
Yeah,
I feel
we
like
can't get Karuba down here, so I have no idea what. Yeah, I have no. I see people always saying, "You need this, and it's like, well, I can't get it. So.
Oh, that's interesting. Myers got a little bit hard around here for a while. but like I'm not drinking Kraken or anything, and that's kind of like when you say rum and you don't have any dark rum and it's good Kraken, and it doesn't do it for me. But yeah, but you give me a good rum, like a good sipping rum, I'll enjoy that as well.
All right,
and
good to know when we have you in person.
With tiki bars?
Yeah.
I don't know. I tend to like all of them. The Mai Kai obviously is the Mai Kai. The Royal Hawaiian. I'm actually wearing a Royal Hawaiian shirt. The Royal Hawaiian by us just got reopened and notched it, I believe. It's beautiful. And so I spent time there quite a bit, but around here, that's where I generally go. Trader Sam's is always fun. And then up north, I like Tiki Tom's. And I don't know. I guess that's the ones that are coming to mind.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So we can see by the background that you have a little collection. So do you collect specific things? Do you have collections all over your house? Do you keep it to a certain room?
That's a really good question. I, by nature, am a collector.
Okay.
However, I was old enough and parentish enough by the time I got into Tiki to like know my limits. So I think we had mentioned a little bit before. I like to buy mugs in person at places.
Right.
I don't really buy them online generally. So my collection is more about like souvenirs of where I've been.
Yeah.
Except for my I don't know if it's my you can't really see them, but those are Tiki Rob mugs.
Oh yeah.
But I would be I kind of am a little bit of a clothes horse. So generally, if I'm going to buy something, it'll be a shirt or clothes or something. But I used to be kind of a little bit of a spendthrift. So is that the word when you spend too much? I used to the other one.
Shopaholic.
I spent too much money. So since I got into Tiki, I knew that I was going to have a problem if I. So I've been trying to refrain. So a lot of this stuff I got for. I'm not like I don't go out and go shopping all the time. Usually, if I do, I'm going to buy a shirt, which is convenient because I make them now. So
yeah,
that's good. But I still like to wear other people's stuff.
So, do you have a favorite piece that you've gotten since you got into Tiki culture? It doesn't have to be a mug. It could be, one of your statues or.
Well, I do. Some friends of mine made a Tiki mug of me. I don't have it with me, but that's again the sentimental value of that. I happen to really like Prince, and so they had one made of me as on a motorcycle that I generally have painted toes, so they have painted toes on it, and it's very nice. So like something sentimental like that, that would be my thing. And then like these Rob mugs. Where he actually, one of my first Tiki shirt, he took the masks and made some mugs from them. So that was special because he kind of did that on his own. And so those are the kind of things I generally like. And then I have this little felt Gilligan, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you can see that, but just it's probably stuff that isn't that meaningful to other people, but it's very sentimental.
Well, but if you had to evacuate, those would be the things you wanted to take with you.
Coco, my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
Totally. Yeah.
Fur kids are family. So
yeah. I mean, aside from that, totally. Living things, yes.
Well, have we extended your list of questions there, Jen?
Well, some of it's got an answer. Okay, here's one. So you prefer to work digital. What is a tool that you use regularly that you would panic if it got discontinued or just
My Pantone book.
Okay.
Yeah, my Pantone book is like my most important thing. Everything goes through my Pantone book. I can tell you right now.
Wait, have they made that digital now? Because I remember the big thick book that's on a ring.
No, it's I'll show you. I'm not that far away from it because I never am. It's not actually. You know what? To be honest, they actually am going the opposite way because Adobe Illustrator kind of took that out as part of the thing. So I have to every color I use, I type in. I have to create a color formula based on this for every color I use. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be able to have control of my colors without this.
Yeah.
I kept a laptop with I think it's what Photoshop 19 on it was the last one that had it.
Yeah.
Just so that I could finish my glasses there.
Hey, I have a laptop that still has CS3.
Oh my god.
The whole suite, because there's certain things they took out that I had set all those programs up with the workflow to work for me, and then everything changed beyond that.
You know, I'm stupid because I didn't do that, but it seems really smart. I know I have somebody who's like, you don't need to set colors because all you have to do is send them to me and they all pop up because he had saved his old version. But knowing me, I would retype them anyway because I do tweak them a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, but also, you know, most people didn't think Adobe was going to, you know, change every program and move to subscription and, you know.
But, you know, I always liked Illustrator better than Photoshop and everything. And so now I don't even need to go to Photoshop. So I'm not super like sad about the changes they've made because it's kind of given me the best of both worlds.
Right.
So I can take things that they got rid of, I can take for the benefit of what they've given me.
Sure. Do you have any pop culture not that any of us get to sneak away from the booths very much, but are there any properties or anything at Dragon Con that's piqued your interest as I've got to go Walk of Fame and get this one autograph? Or
I'm going to be honest, I haven't looked to see what's there yet. I'm excited for the people. I'm excited to see you guys. I'm excited for the Tiki, but I honestly, I forget that there's something beyond all that. And I know that there is, but like as a vendor, you know, I've gone to Comic-Con and vended 4 years or 5 years now, and I've never seen a panel. I've never done anything because I'm so like vendor focused. Are you able to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it closes. They all come out after 8 when the vendor hall closes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Because it's Dragon Con, unlike Comic-Con, is 24 hours a day. So there's
programming the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah.
For 5 days straight.
Yeah.
24 hours a day. Yeah.
Oh, no wonder it's so fun.
Yeah, and there's arcade. They have 2 different arcades set up. There's late night games, late night movie rooms, late night panels, dances.
Are you so tired at the end?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
But somehow when you're there, you're running on a mixture
adrenaline and rum.
And
that's a great combination.
It's vacation energy, it's excitement because it's a big family energy, and there's some people like they're your friends and you see them online, but this is when you get to spend a whole week with them.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And it's weird at Dragon Con. You run into somebody like the first day, and then even though there's 75,000 people there, you inevitably see that person every single day.
Really?
Yeah, and not planned.
And it's spread out, right? It's like in all
it's
these
5
different
hotels.
places, right?
It's 5 hotels, and then the vendor mart and the artist alley is like half a mile down from the hotels.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's shortcuts to get around.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I can honestly say, like, even when Tiki events, you see the people when you're vending. I know that's why, I see the customers come by and I get to become friendly with customers because I come to the booth and talk, but I don't feel like I get a huge opportunity to enjoy the events like a normal person, like a guest, right?
Yeah.
So that's exciting to be able to have some of that.
Do you have any sort of fandoms of anything in particular, pop culture wise?
That could do you have favorite TV shows, favorite movies? Are you into sci-fi, fantasy?
Yeah, I don't. This I'm coming off really boring.
God, stop.
But I like the stuff. I honestly like. I will enjoy watching seeing what everybody's selling and making. Was probably my favorite part. You know, like when I go to someplace, I like the store. So I like watching shows and stuff, but I like the stuff.
But do you have a favorite TV show, favorite movie?
My favorite TV show?
Do you keep up with current?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, my favorite show right now is Widow's Bay.
Oh, same. It's so good.
So good. It's so good. But yeah, I like Star Wars. I like old cartoons. Yeah, I do. I'm not that boring. I'm not as boring as I seem.
You are not coming across as boring.
You are absolutely not.
There's already a group of people discussing dressing up as different versions of Kate Flanagan's character.
Oh, really? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that show is so good.
Oh, yeah. I'm so happy they renewed it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But
right,
I like the Game of Thrones. I do like I'm gonna be honest, and it kind of goes with everything. Drama is the easiest to watch while I work.
Right.
So
you don't have to pay attention.
I mean, so you can follow. So I generally will watch dramas, although I do like sci-fi and stuff. But when there's too much action, it's hard to follow while you're working.
Right.
Sure.
And comedies aren't as good anymore. There's not that many good comedies anymore. That's why Widow's Bay was funny and scary, and action comedies were like my favorite. Like I loved Get Smart, that movie. But yeah, I like all that stuff. I don't like sports. I know I don't like sports, so.
You sound like you're very structured when it does come to work. Do you sort of set hours like 9 to 5 and you're working and then you turn it off, or do you vary?
Unfortunately,
you have to. I'm guessing you're more of the personality who has to schedule time off and schedule vacations.
Yeah, I work on vacations too, generally. Yeah. I've since forever. One time I filled in for maternity leave for somebody for a couple months, but other than that, I've always worked out of my house. So I think that works for me. So you do have to schedule, because if I don't have anything better to do, I do, as much as I said I actually do like working. So it kind of has to be really good in order for me to not work, because I would prefer to work rather than do a lot of other stuff.
Right.
So I schedule stuff and I won't work when I'm doing that. But I'd rather work and watch TV than just watch TV. I'd rather, so I work a lot. I guess that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, but that means that's what fulfills you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And my wife is now working with me, so that's nice. Yeah. And I worked at home when the kids were being raised, and that was part of the plan. So I got to see my kids, and I got to go to everything I wanted to go to. And, my daughter works with us now too. So I got to see my family, so working with my family, I get to see them, Right. So yeah, it's pretty good. I'll go out. The nice thing, and I used to say this to my wife, is when I was going to the marketplaces at first, I get to work and have fun at the same time. Because you go and you vend, and you're, like I said, my first marketplace, oh my gosh, this is great. I don't have to feel guilty because I'm not working, but I am kind of working, and it's still great. So that's what's kind of nice about this tiki stuff is going to a tiki bar is work. Right. You can get stuff done, and
it's research.
It's research, yeah, but it really is, like it's not just fake. So that's what's so nice about the vending. Like we go on, it gives me a reason to go on vacation, travel, and it's work, and I get to go to like tiki bars, and I get to meet really nice tiki people, and it's all in the name of work/fun. So it's kind of, my favorite place to go if I was going to go on a vacation is like a beach. So that's kind of work too, and yeah, so yeah, I work a lot.
Well, we're happy to see your work, so no complaints here.
And we'll be happy to see your work in person in just a few months.
Absolutely. So yes, we've mentioned Dragon Con several times, and we are super excited that you're going to be in the Atlanta area at Labor Day weekend. You got any other events that are coming up for you this year?
Well, Comic-Con is coming up. This weekend I'm going to do. Have you guys ever been to Fan Expo?
No.
I have been to one Fan Expo.
Yeah, heard plenty about it. Haven't been.
MegaCon is owned by them, I guess.
Yeah.
And I've never been to MegaCon, although I'd like to go. I'd like to vend there, but that's coming to Anaheim, and so I'm doing that this weekend. Mm-hmm. And then Comic-Con in San Diego, and then Tiki Oasis, and then Dragon Con. Okay, so I didn't happen to have this. I have this for a reason, but this is a shirt I'm designing for Dragon Con.
Wow!
Oh wow!
So I'll have some Dragon Con stuff that I'm making just for the show, but this is a shirt for this.
Are you doing that in just the men's unisex style, or are you also doing a tea timer?
I just have a unisex men's in those.
Okay.
But you can pre-order it now online, but I'll have it at the show.
So it's on your website?
It is, yes.
Okay.
All right.
Just for you can pre-order for a couple more days, and then I'll be producing them and have them there.
Awesome.
And then I have some T-shirts, and I'll have some prints and stuff just for Dragon Con. And
I can tell that I'm gonna have to sell a lot of books just to get all your stuff.
For sure, we got to get you a mug. We for sure got to get you a mug.
Well, I'm definitely getting the mug for sure, but and with some others there too, like Shag, man, you guys are gonna kill me this year.
Well, that's the goal, right? Yeah, no, I'm super excited. It looks like a great group of people. Yeah. Super nice group of people.
Well, you got to watch out. You might become lifers like the rest of us, because that's what it's happened to
it
all
could
of
be
us.
worse.
Yeah,
could be worse.
Absolutely.
And I love that part of the country. It's awesome. I don't get to go as much. My son was in Florida. I got to go a couple times just to see him, but he's gone now. He's here. So
yeah. Even though it's Labor Day weekend, it is still going to be hot.
And muggy too, right? I got married.
Not necessarily. We've actually last year it was actually in the 60s at night.
Really?
And it was mild during the day. So it's really, we've had good years, we've had rainy years, we've had miserable years.
Let's
really
not
just
good
years too.
What?
Have you had some good weather years too?
Oh yeah, like last year was beautiful.
Okay.
Last year was one of the best weather years we've ever had, and that's me coming from Texas, where it's miserable pretty much all the time. So,
in Texas, I think it's sunny and it hot,
feels like
right?
110. Yeah. Yeah, and we've having our rainiest season in over a decade. So it's also super muggy, which it's not usually. We were just all of us that have central AC are very happy right now, especially my pug. The pug is very happy.
Oh yeah, because they have to have good air circulation.
Yeah. If they get overheated, it is typically a trip to the emergency room to be put in an oxygen tank. So,
oh my gosh, that's extreme.
Yeah.
Well, good for the air.
And she's a mix. It still gets it, but yeah.
I had Shih Tzus. They had the similar.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as much as pugs, but.
So we're super excited to see you pretty soon. But we are very glad that you could join us for this episode. We put the website on there for you, so hopefully people can check that out. Anything else you want to promote while you're here, or?
No, just that I'm not as boring as I just came across. I swear.
No, you're not boring.
I think we established that you're not boring, Jeff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. We have established that for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Thanks, Jeff.
Absolutely. Well, that's it for this round of Three Grog Night. Don't forget to tip your bartender, especially if that bartender is you. We'll be back with more rum, more tiki tales, and more excuses to shake up something delicious. Stay groggy, my friends.
You've been listening to Three Grog Night, your passport to paradise. Join us next time as we pour another round of tiki stories and exotic delights. Until then, mahalo, and may your nights always be grog-worthy.